And welcome back to the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wish you didn't have a wrinkle or your skin wasn't so loose? Well, there may be a procedure for you if you want it. Although I don't know if you're going to get it. There's a plastic surgeon in China currently going viral for facial transformation that many are leaving patients looking completely different. Millions online who are watching this doctor's work are asking, what the hell is this? Now, others are saying, great job. There is a secret, there is no secret that a lot of beauty trends and skincare products come from Asian culture. Will this be the next big thing? Talking about this tonight here on The Factor, we have with us plastic surgeon Dr. Edward Lee and commentators Jenny Nguyen and Vivian Kwan. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. So Vivian, first of all, your thoughts after looking at these before and after photos of these plastic surgeries.
What were they thinking? What were they thinking? I think that I was disappointed. I would be upset if that was, a result.
And Jenny, your thoughts? Obviously, if you're an older person and you can get that damn skin stretched and those wrinkles disappear, but looking at this, your thoughts about this?
It is a little scary. But if I was older and then, will I have done it? You might have to ask me then. But yeah, everybody wants to look young and beautiful, right? I'll be lying to you if I say that. Do I want to look younger if there was? Yes, of course I do.
All right, Dr. Lee, your thoughts about this. When you took a look at these surgeries on social media, what was your walkaway?
Well, I think that a lot of the comments that were made on the post, I agree with them. And there's two sides to the story, right? I mean, you can look at it one way and say, wow, these are incredible transformations. And these patients probably went to this doctor for that particular reason. On the flip side, more conservative, I guess, approach is like, what were they thinking, right? Because these are big transformations, almost like unrecognizable. Can this be done? Yes. But should we be doing it? That's the question, right? I do a lot of facelift surgeries, and my patients come to me because they want to look more natural or a younger version of themselves, but in a natural way. And so we provide that for the patients. However, if they want to look more drastic, different from what they look now, then perhaps, this is something that they can consider. Now, the pictures that we saw, they're just very short-term follow-up pictures, right? They're 1 week out. You see the stitches still, you see the scars. There's swelling and bruising, so it's tough to judge from just 1 week. So we don't show those pictures usually. We show, 3 months out, 6 months out, a year out to see the final product. I'd be curious to see what his results look like, long-term follow-up.
Do you foresee any type of dangers in an extreme situation? Look at this. I mean, this totally different, but do you foresee any dangers with this extreme plastic surgery?
Absolutely. I mean, these are complicated surgery. We're talking about total facial transformation. All of these surgeries, whether it be brow lifts, eyelid surgery, facelift surgeries, there are complications associated with each single surgery. So if you compound that together, it's a lot of things that can go wrong. Starting with scars, you can get infection, you can get asymmetry, you can have nerve damage, muscle damage, bleeding, I mean, name it, these things can happen. And so you have to be very careful of what you're getting into. And that's why we inform all our patients before we do the surgery, right? So.
And of course, Jenny and Vivian, one of the things we mentioned was that this has been a lot of beauty secrets come from the Asian community. Is there a thirst more there than it is here? Because it feels the same. But your thoughts on that, we want to hear from both of you.
Well, in my opinion, I don't think it's any more. It's greater in Asia. Just being a female here in the U.S. and traveling, I think all women want to have that experience the fountain of youth. So I don't think it's just Asians only. I think people just found that the products are, amazing coming from Asia, but the desire to be youthful, to be beautiful has been timeless.
I agree with Vivian as well. One of the things is I think social media has a big role in this, into looking being up to the standard of everything that's being blown out there on social media. So absolutely, I think that's not only in Asia, but yes, there's people from even here that flies back over to Asia to do it, just because the risk that the doctor's willing to do, or the experience that they've been doing already, so they're well experienced with it. So I feel like, yeah.
Okay, and Dr. Lee, your thoughts on the ethics here, where a doctor will do a surgery like this, and many patients will give permission, and they'll say, go ahead and show my before and after. But once you get comments like this, ugly comments from people in the public, it's detrimental. So your thoughts about sharing photos like that when it's an extreme situation?
Right. I mean, you already alluded to that. We take very detailed consent for our photos and videos for patients. However, patients have the last say. If there's at any point, if they don't want their pictures to be shown, videos to be shown, we take it down. You know, I think it's something like this. Patients oftentimes go to a doctor for that particular reason and for particular results. And so if they want the extreme makeover, sure, going to Asia, going to Korea, which is now like mecca of plastic surgery oftentimes, people walk around with dressings the next day in the streets of Seoul. And so you see that a lot.
That's a cool sign, I guess.
I guess.
That's how I'm going to look next week.
But I mean, I think that you bring a good point. Ethically, we need to inform all these patients. Oftentimes, we see patients post-operatively who come from other countries after surgery having complications, and they weren't explained about things that can go wrong. And so I think that you have to be aware of what you're getting into, and doctor ethically needs to explain all the risks and benefits of every procedure that they do.
All right. We want to thank you all for joining us here on The Factor. We appreciate your time tonight.